Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos here with the mighty Ducky, and welcome back to Zero to Hero, the series where we go from space crap-out pilot to hopefully one day God amongst the stars. Now, last episode we got a good chunk of the way towards getting Ducky's next ship, and today we are going to try and get the rest of the way there. Now, something has happened since the last episode. We have actually gone and moved station. And as you can see as well, we've kind of gone down in money presently. So, yeah, our balance has dropped quite a bit. But that's because we've gone and bought a new ship. Yes, it's the ship I was talking about before, but it's not set up exactly in the way that I was thinking. So, what ship is it? Let's go and have a look, shall we? Yes, that's right. It's the Cobra Mark IV. And yes, before anybody says in the comments, I am well aware that I once said this ship is the flying turd of Elite Dangerous. I'm still pretty much holding to that statement. The main reason we're having it right now is because it's basically the best ship for what we want within our price range. Right now it is being set up for, let's have a look. If we go into the outfitting department, as you can, optional terminals, here we go. As you can see, we've got it pretty much set up as a cargo runner, and it has a grand total of 76 tons of cargo space. That is not bad for a small landing pad. We could have this as more cargo if we swapped out the two class 3s for both 8 tons of cargo each, which would give us around about 92 tons of cargo in total, which would be great. The only issue is we have no fuel scoop and we have no shields. That would not fly. We're not going for that. But the only issue that we've got presently is if we have a look, where are we? Core internals. As you can see, we've still got the stock frameshift drive. What we want is a 4A frameshift drive. Unfortunately, it is not stocked at this station. I have, however, found somewhere that supposedly does stock the 4A frameshift drive. And that is in this system, apparently. The Woody system. And I forget which station it is. Let me double check. It is the AOTS orbital or something along those lines, which is that one. So apparently here stocks it. But now that we do have our Cobra Mark IV, what I am planning to do is actually just sell off our Viper Mark III, because I do love this ship, but in order to make money a bit faster, I think we need something with some decent cargo space in there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell this one off. Sell you. Yes, confirm. I know. There we go. That's been sold off now. So now the Cobra Mark IV is our only ship. For better or for worse. This is going to go well. I know. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump on out and head over to our target system. It should only be one jump. It is, yeah, good. Which is great, because this thing doesn't handle too well. We've also got no weapons. Nothing but cargo on the internals. And I don't fancy getting fined in this system. So let's avoid all space-bound collisions. As you can see, even using flight assist, this thing doesn't really turn all that well. We do have the best power distributor in the ship, which is unfortunately only an A3, which is rather unfortunate. And as you can see, our boost speed is a little over 306 meters per second. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. There we go, we've left mass lock, so, well, we're no longer mass locked. Let's get over to Woody. Woddy? Wody? I have no idea how to say it. Woody sounds better. And I have to say, the last episode of Zero to Hero was just a little bit of a lower quality than I was originally intending, and a little bit lower quality than what I'm used to. Mainly because I've been streaming so much streaming more than anything else over the last year. And I changed all my settings in my recording software because I record with OBS. And didn't realise that the output file was going to be in 720p. So I ended up having to stretch it out to a 1080p format just so it would not look dumb. Also, my my audio software, Audacity, wasn't fully set up properly either, so I was a lot quieter than I originally realised I was. Only realised after rendering, after uploading, because I didn't check everything thoroughly. But hopefully, this time around, everything is going to sound and look a lot more higher quality, let's say. Thankfully, because it's an orbital, it doesn't really matter which direction we come in from, because I'm not entirely sure which side of the actually, it doesn't really matter. I'm not even sure which side of the station the pads are on. I was about to say I wasn't sure which side the medium pad is on, but we're not in a medium ship. I'm so used to flying smallest medium ships. It's very rare that I fly small ships these days. Well, I say that and now I start playing Ducky again, so now I'm going to be having to get used to this all over again. Now, come to think of it, how much money have we got? 1.2 million credits. 1.25 million credits, all but the kicking and screaming, pretty much there. Is that enough to buy what I'm after? Come to think of it, let us change that around again. Well, apparently Woody is indeed, there we go, just managed to catch it because I had my hand off of the flight stick. Turns out that this station is indeed in Liongri space, so we are going to be getting the 15% discount on all modules, which is what I've been doing up to buy this ship as well, so it is of a lower price as well. Well, I say lower price. The main reason I go into Liongri systems to basically buy and upgrade ships is because you get roughly a 15% discount, which is great because that all adds towards your rebuy cost. Your rebuy cost will go down. Well, it's basically related to how much you paid for your ship. And because we spend less on the ship, 15% less roundabout, our rebuy is about 15% less, so that's quite nice.
Landing gear not deployed.
Yes, I know my landing gear is not deployed, but I got a bit worried when that warning sound came up, the warning came up, thinking, what have I not done this time? Right, so the question, first of all, is do we indeed have the Class A frameshift drive here? And B, how much is it going to cost me? And C, will I have enough for a rebuy after this? Because those are all my main concerns right now. So, first of all, core internals. No, that's the thrusters. We don't want the thrusters, we want this one. No, they don't have the 3A. They got the 4B, which would put us up to 17 light years or 13.980 for a fully laden, which would be fine, but I want the 4A. So, you know what? Let's have a look. No, that's the wrong one. Let's have a look in Polanski City. So, you know what? Bugger it. Just because I'm aware that this place is here, let's head over to 6 Andromeda, just because I know. Sorry, I'm just copying it over from my website. There we go, because I can't spell worth a damn. And this is a industrial extraction system. So we're going to go here, Galilei Ring. Just because it's more likely that we're going to find what we want there, and it's still within Liongri space. If it's not there now, I'm going to be rather upset. One of the next things I want to do after making sure that we have our best frameshift drive is I want to go and unlock one of the engineers. It seems like Alvida Mar2 could be the easiest one to unlock, just because you have to fly 300 light years away from your home system. That's entirely possible. Then again, we could always get Felicity Farseer, but we have to get Scout rank in the exploration tree in order to unlock her. That's possible, because I've realised that I still do actually have some, well, I actually do have some cartographic data stored on my ship, because I, actually come to think of it, I died a little while back, didn't I? But I've still got some. So we can see what we've got. I don't think it's anywhere near enough to get us up to the rank of Scout, but we'll have a look when we get into station and see what we've got on our databanks, because every time we jump through a system we get a little bit. It's not a huge amount, but it's better than nothing, because at the very least we'll get the local star and a few things orbiting very close to said star. Just because every ship now comes with the discovery scanner as standard on the ship, you no longer have to buy it in, which I'm still having to get used to. We can have a look over at our fire groups, and there it is, the discovery scanner, the composition scanner, and the data link scanner. We have 3 types of scanners on the ship without even doing anything. They're all built in now, which is awesome. Oh, there we go. Better to bleed off the speed early than have to do a loop of shame. And as you can see from our targeting HUD, basically the white representation of the station down at the bottom left, it will actually show roughly our orientation towards the station. And we can use this to line ourselves up with the mail slot, roughly, so to speak. Well, it is very roughly, because it doesn't always line up 1 for 1. So, according to this, we should be almost perfectly lined up when we drop in to Galilee Ring. We'll find out whether or not that's actually the case as soon as we drop in, though. And there we go. We're pretty close. As you can see, it's not exactly a 1 for 1 between the white icon and the actual station. Now, we'll target the station. It doesn't really change all that much, so it's definitely not a 1 for 1. But it's good enough that we can get a roughly lined up before we drop in. Which is great, because then you don't have to fly from the complete rear end of the station all the way around to the front end. I've got to say, the cruising speed on this thing is absolutely ridiculously slow to what I'm used to. Just over 200 meters per second feels absolutely paltry. I'm used to having ships that'll cruise at around about 400. At least twice this. Right, landing gear out. Whoop. Yep, this thing slows down really slowly. Its deceleration is really bad. Well, like I said, I'm not sure how much this is going to cost us, even with a discount. So, core internals, not thrusters again. Here we go. Browse. Yeah, we can't afford the main one, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's fine. We'll go for the 4B for now. At least it's better than nothing. Then again, we also need life support, so we might as well pick that up since we're already here. Now, is there anything else? Power plant? I'm not overly fussed about that one presently. We can go for a D-rated. It's a little bit more power, but it's also going to increase our jump range ever so slightly as well. Might as well. It's a drop in the ocean compared to what we've got left now. And everything else looks good. Yep, okay. So we've lightweighted virtually everything else, apart from the power distributor. That's going to come into play later, but yeah, I like having the decent power distributor. It allows us to boost more often. But anyway, that's that. Now, what I want to do is head back towards Jonai and start having a look for a few more missions. And I'm curious now as to how many jumps it's going to be. And I'm kind of surprised we can almost get the entire way there without refueling. So that is very nice. Something that we could not have dreamed of doing in our Viper Mark III. And this is how many jumps? 9 jumps. So we can make 8 jumps without refueling. Yeah, and that's something else I forgot to do whilst we were there, is sell off our cartographic data. But that's fine, because now we're heading back to Jonai, we're picking up a good amount more. So hopefully, if we're lucky, we will get to scout, although I seriously doubt this. But there's only one way to find out. You know, I just realised that I forgot to do something whilst we were at the other station, and that was to sell the cartographic data. And since I forgot to do that, and we're on a bit of a trip back anyway, we might as well bind our discovery scanner and basically just throw off a few pings on the way over to Jonai. It can't hurt to get a little bit more exploration data, although I don't think we had much else other than a second star in this system to discover. And since we're not going to be getting any first discoveries, I seriously doubt we're going to be making any serious money off of this anyway. But every little bit helps. Well, here we are back at Pribby. The question, however, is how much are we going to be able to sell this data for, and how far is it going to boost us in rank? Right, 34, where's that? Ah, there it is, right at the back. So, let's have a look, shall we? Universal Cartographics. We can sell this page for 376,000 credits. That's not bad. Then again, come to think of it, because of that, we might have been able to afford, if we'd have sold it then, we might have been able to afford that frameshift drive. Oh well. But there's a bunch of systems here that we can't actually sell because they are all within 20 light years of Jonai. Oh well. But that was a nice little boost to our earnings. But I'm also curious as to if we've been promoted at all. Oh, invitation from Felicity Farsi. It has actually taken us up to Scout. Huh. Farsi was actually the one I was after more in the first place anyway. So we went straight through Mostly Aimless into that. And now we've got an invitation from Felicity Farsi. Awesome. So all we've got to do now is go and get ourselves a meta alloy, and we can do that. And Wolves of Road Jonai rank change. We've now been changed to senior staff. Yeah, I know, I did that earlier. Alright, awesome sauce. So now, the thing is, as you can see, I did actually pick up another mission earlier to go and source 770 units of heatsink interlinks. Only problem is I forgot to check. I forgot that this was a source mission and we have to pay for these ourselves. So they are going to be charged at for around about between 1,500 credits to 2,100 credits. Around about. So, yeah, that's not going to be ideal. So let's have a look and see what other missions we have available for us. Well, we have got a couple here, but they're all pretty low-paying missions. We want something preferably with basically just some kind of delivery mission, similar to this. This is quite nice, but this is 2,890 units. Now that's going to be a good amount of trips. The question is just how many. So first things first, how many? We've got 76 units of cargo. So that is going to be 2,890 divided by 76. And that is going to be 38 trips. Yes, it's a wing mission, so we could get some other people to give us a hand, which would be great, but that feels a bit cheaty in a way. Let's have a look and see what else there is. Got a bunch of donation missions, of which I am not interested. 30 units, we could do that in one go, but that's 750,000. It's only going to Zamanek as well, so that's not terrible. We'll have a look and see what else there is first. Massacre missions, we don't have any weapons anymore, so we're kind of a bit buggered with that. We could take that. Let's see what we got here. 10 units, 15 units, they're not terrible. 27 units. Let's see. Come on. Nope. Nothing there. That's another wing mission. Another wing mission. That one's smaller though. But it's still a good enough price. But yeah, bugger it. Alright. Well, no, it wasn't that one, was it? It was... Who? It was you? Yes, it was you. So we'll accept that one. we'll take the entire amount. Now, let's see. That one's in progress. Alright, fine. That's 9 units, and that's 130. No, we've got a couple that are a bit better. 27 units here. We've also got 10 units and 15 units. How much space have we got left? We've got 20... No. We've got 46 tons of cargo space left. So we can take both of these. So again, let's grab everything. Yeah, grab you. Accept, grab everything. And hopefully... No, we don't quite have... No, wait, no, that's not that one. That was this one. 27. Have we got... How much have we got? We should have enough for that. Actually, we won't have enough for that. I think we've got 22. Or 21. We've got 21 units of cargo space left. So let's have a look, see if we can find one that's a little bit closer to that limit. Now, they're all wings. Let's have a look. I've got one here extra, I think. No. Where was it? It was not that one. It wasn't that one. I'm pretty sure I saw one for like 10 or something, but I could be wrong. 9 units. Here we go. So, yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? So there we go. We've oh, no mass commissions. So now we've pretty much got a good amount of places to go and drop stuff off at, but they're all roughly around the same area, so this is not going to be a huge problem. What I am going to do is head over to HIP 93377 first. Now let's purchase the exploration data because I like being able to see where I'm going. And that's going to go over to here, to Cassidy Horizons. So let's launch and we'll deliver the cargo. How many was it again? 4 sets, so shouldn't take too long. The funny thing is though, now that the ship is full of cargo, it's even more sluggish than what I was used to. It's struggling to get up to 200 meters per second now. Now, the reason I'm heading to the closer systems first is because then we're going to be reducing our weight, reducing the mass through selling, well, not selling off, but getting rid of all the cargo. And that means our jump range is going to be getting better, so travelling to the further systems is going to be less of a headache. Looks like they're rolling out the red carpet for us by giving us pad number 1. It's almost like they knew who I am. Well, I've been away long enough, I'd be surprised if they do. And there we go. We are now docked, so we can get rid of our cargo. So, mission board. And deliver all the items. Complete. Let's see. Mechanical equipment, reputation. Nah, we're going to go for the pure monies. Thank you very much, commanders. Actually, you're not commanders, are you? Fair enough. Well, thank you very much there, guy. Whoever your name is, I don't know. I don't care. Now, let's head over to... let's go to Ross 1. 151. It's going to be slightly closer to get to. Oh no, this is a surface landing. Oh, however, will we manage this? Quite easily, in fact. Because these things shouldn't be scary. They're not that difficult. They're just a bit... You just have to have a bit of a knack into doing them. That's what we're going to be doing now. So as soon as we come in towards the orbital cruise height, we're going to just skim over to start with until we hit the OC mark, which we're going to do now. Now what we want to do is keep the throttle fairly low so that we don't overshoot. It's fine keeping it in the blue, but sometimes the gravity will pull you down, so it's better to be safe than sorry. What we want to do is get this down to around about minus 55 degrees elevation. So that we're almost pointing, well, we're pointing more than 45 degrees down, so we're pointing almost directly at the deck. And what this means is, there we go, we'll just, if it turns out that we are increasing our, or decreasing our minus angle, just aim a little bit further up from it and slowly bring it in until we hit the drop point, which we should do, yeah, there we go, right now. And then all we do, just glide straight down to the settlement. And as soon as you're here, there you go, you're exactly within range to request docking. Now I would not recommend doing this too much with high gravity worlds. Especially if you're in a really big ship with really poor power to weight ratio. Thankfully, this planet only has like little over half a G, about 0.6, all but the kicking and screaming. So it's not going to be a huge issue getting ourselves down. Well, actually, in a high G planet, getting yourself down isn't the problem. It's not getting yourself down too fast. If anybody remembers back in the day, the old Achenar challenge, trying to land on Achenar 3 in a Type 9, that was fun. For those of you unaware, Achenar 3's got about 6 to 7 Gs of gravity, and is an absolute nightmare to land on.
Landing complete. Ship secured.
There we go. Turn in our mission. That's only 9 tons for this one. It's not a huge amount. Complete. Again, we're going just for the monies. Now let's go and plot a route over here. I want to sell you goods. No, that doesn't rhyme. I'm terrible at this stuff, so yes, more monies. And I believe we've only got one more selection of goods to drop off. Yes, we have the non-lethal weapons. Oh, looks like somebody's finally caught up to me. They are wanted. Oh, I didn't realise I'd accidentally submitted to that. Ooh, bugger. How? Oh, crap. Well, at least we're going to be getting back into Super Cruise fairly quick. Thankfully our shields didn't go down. Somehow I'd reflexively pulled back on the throttle and didn't even realise I'd done so. Oh well, shields didn't go down, so we are still good. Well, he's back again. And also, I didn't realise that Lininga Gateway was that far out. Oh well. But we are pulling away from our pursuer, so he's not going to be able to get a chance at interdicting us until we start slowing down. At that point, we'll be able to avoid the interdiction, hopefully, and then just dock with the station before we can get back into Super Cruise. Well, we're almost there, but he is catching up to us now. We haven't lost him at all. Huh. That's interesting. Almost overshot. And they haven't actually interdicted us yet. It looks like they've overshot us. So perhaps we're going to get away with it without them actually interdicting us. That'll be nice. Although, could we be that lucky? Yeah, potentially. Looks like this novice doesn't know how to fly. Oh, no, it looks like... No, there we go. Make sure that I am not going to accidentally give in like I did last time. Leaving a conflict zone and didn't even realise we'd entered one. But there we go. Evaded the interdiction. And let's get our butts into this station before they get back into Super Cruise. Now, I'm not going to worry about getting the correct alignment on approach. So is there a conflict zone around here or something? I really hope it's not around the station. I seriously doubt that's going to be the case, but it would be funny if it was. And there we go, boots on the deck, so to speak. Oh, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Let's get rid of these non-lethal weapons and go for the full complete. We could have basically dropped in half of them and gone for a partial completion, but then we wouldn't get paid as much. So, let's grab all the monies, and we're pretty much back up to nearly 2.5 million again. Which is nice, because it means we're going to be able to buy ourselves our 4A frameshift drive. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Commander Chaoswall from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, Commanders, keep flying and stay shite.